twinkle in his eyes. She saw him with a twinkle in his eyes. The sun was beaming so bright in the sky that his beautiful curly lashes couldn't cover the glare, illuminating through the blanket of clouds. He reached out to grab her hands ever so gently, with a grasp so secure she felt safe at home. She didn't think this dream would ever happen to her, since no manly hands ever entered her realm. As he was holding her hands, a warm spirit of joy overflowed through her veins. She didn't understand what was happening. Then all of a sudden, she felt a burst of energy, and giddiness started to burst out. She couldn't help herself laughing out with a boisterous chuckle. "Oh, stop it, my Mandingo warrior. I might just melt away with all this love you bring me." He grabbed her closer and leaned in for a sweet, juicy kiss. She tried to resist his sexy, sensual lips, but overwhelmed with excitement, she caved in. He continued to kiss her with his intense, ravaging tongue. She started to lose control of her ladylike manners. She grabbed him and pressed her fingertips into his back. He proceeded to grab her bosom and place his wet, juicy lips on her nipples and started sucking softly and slowly. She forced his head down slightly into her bosom and told him to suck it harder. Her Mandingo swooped her up over his manly shoulder. With one swoop, she was on top of the world. His masculinity overwhelmed her with excitement that her body started convulsing from all the love she bottled up for years. He said, "Don't worry, I got you, my queen. I won't let anything happen to you ever again." He took her to the massive bed filled with roses and candles surrounding the room, burning the scent of love. She pulled him closer to give him a kiss, but he resisted to entice her climax even more. He covered her eyes with his tie and began kissing her neck, down her breasts, sucking and biting it gently. Then he took his massive hands and started massaging her with sensual oils. He couldn't help but smell her natural beauty, which triggered his anticipation of love-making. He wanted the excitement to last, so he began rubbing more oil down her thighs. As he slowly spread her legs, kissing her inner thighs, he began moving up her thighs with soft kisses until he reached her precious jewels. He blew it softly and began to strum his tongue in circular motion, at the same time biting her lips softly. When she closed her eyes, all she can think about is his sexy lips engrossed in her succulent, plump wetland. His lips moving left and right, while his tongue tickling the innermost lips of her wetland. She grasped the edge of the white satin sheets, while forcing him down even further to taste her sweet, luscious drizzle of cream running down her valley of wholesomeness. As her moan got louder and louder with anticipation of massive eruption, he slowed the motion of his lips but continued circling his tongue, playing with her emotions. She finally had enough and yelled, "Just do it already."